Hello my friends and welcome back to Factorio. In this video I thought we'd try and get the core games robots going. So I've prepped a bit, I've done some prep in the background since the last video. We've got lubricant from the oil refinery going round to here for the well, we haven't researched them yet, but we've got the blue transport systems not yet up and running, not researched. And we needed that lubricant also in one of these items down here, which was these electric engines. That's to do with them all. But we've got this blueprint placed and this is ready to build at the far end the different types of robots. We've got the logistic robots and the construction robots. We've got the roboports and then some complicated logistic control going on here to manage how many robots it builds, how many we want for the game. Probably upwards of 1,000 to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, those robots are destined to replace the functionality of our nanobots, which were the mod for the early game benefit. So I've placed it here, and at the end of the lanes of belts here I've placed it's just one of these logistics tools we can put down and put markers on them just to give us a clue what we need on this belt. You could see those at the when we dealt with them all over here. Just markers, reminders of what you need to feed in order to populate this for the assembly machine's needs. So yeah, we'll use our nanobots to hopefully construct this to this degree. If I've got enough kit in my kit, I haven't got enough yellow. I haven't been gathering yellow belts because they sort of become almost surplus to requirement once you've got red. I don't think it didn't need those. Let's go back. And quite a bit of research in the background as well. Mainly military, boosting the stats of those projectile weapons, lasers. I mentioned in the last video our ambition in our personal grid. Once we boost that, we're looking to get something like portable laser. Oh, run out of nanobots. Let's do it manually. This is how we used to do it before we had nanobots. So we just follow the blueprint, careful. Some of these are quite complicated, as you can see, so you do have to be careful in your placement. Now there we've got a red logistic chest. Do I have any of those? I'll build one. It might not be needed. But indeed, they're related to robot functionality anyway. Logistic chests are part of the parcel of the logistic robots service. Pick up from those, pick items up, and drop things off. So the difference between these two robots' needs are, they have this in common, but that one needs green electronic circuits and this one needs red. And all the other things that the robot needs are being built on site. So we've got the robot frame there, the flying frame, and we've got the electric engine here. So we need to hook up these things, but now there's the engines being passed by this long-handed sensor. Once it builds there, pass it to these. And I've just got to be mindful of this. Because these engines are needed, they're output into this belt. Inserters will place items out onto the belt on the far side relative to where they are. So if I want to pass down this lane green electronics, that means I have to pass them onto this far side. And in fact that means I don't really want red on there, do I? No. I just want green on there, but I want it on the far side. Because they want green, but some will carry on because we need that for those, and we need it. This splitter has got a filter on it to say only pass beyond this point, because this will have electric engines on potentially. Don't want those, we just want the green ones to filter through so this can pick up those. So yes, we've got the blueprint populated. I think we're just missing a power line, and we don't have power to the main grid yet, and that is something we're having to keep an eye on actually, because the more of these construction items we make, the more energy we're going to need. And when we plonk down a roboport, the amount of juice they absorb to charge themselves, pre-charge, is huge. It's doing it now, but we are still struggling to support the miners, I think, the coal miners. So I've seen power dropping overnight. Let's just check that now that it is night time. Well, the demand isn't there, so we are meeting the demand. We could be okay with that. Right, let's crack on. So yeah, we need to populate, and the reason I placed it here is because I noticed that the requirements here, apart from batteries, which we do have in the mall somewhere we can bring round, I'm hoping, or intercept and pass through, we need batteries on one side of this belt, steel on the other, it doesn't matter which side. Here we need iron plates, so we've got iron plates. That steel, sorry, is on this belt, we can get some of that off. There's and green, well, we have that here, and red, so we can pass that through, I thought, over here. Let's start with that, shall we? So, oh, excuse me, we want to go behind it, don't we? So let's leave some room. Need to put the green on the inside lane, remember? So we need a splitter, like so, but I think this is how it works. Excuse me, I'm a bit rusty on this. Be a bit of trial and error to see if it continues on. So the initial, because that filter wasn't initially set, is going to still be both. But what we want to see is green persist this way, and we'll go wide, and we'll leave one gap. If we join it up, if we were to join it up here, it would automatically create a curve, and that would end up on both lanes, I believe. So we're going to go and drop onto the side like so. There we are, and that's on the inside lane. So we should see this guy pick it up. Yep, and there's his twin there, and these guys. Yep, and these should pass through. They'll get through, get past, pick up to there. So they'll take a few in readiness. Red, we want to carry on. I'll switch over to red belts, I've got plenty of those. And for this guy we can just, that's the only thing we're sending, so we can just have a bend, have a turn. So that's good. On here we don't want anything on that lane, and we don't want anything on that lane. These guys, once they've got the other provisions fed, so let's start with that. They'll start outputting, so we're going to feed in some lubricant in up there. So what we'll do is we'll break that connection, and we'll create a connection there and have a pipe, so that'll feed up there and across. So now they've got lubricant feeding into the assembly machines, and we're just missing engines. Engines are going to be provided here. So we want to provide, I know this will just be a bit complicated while I figure this out. Now, right, so we want, we know we want my worry is that copper. So how much steel do we need? Because we do have an alternate way of doing this. One steel plate. They need steel. One. It's not many, so I could probably get away with the steel of using a filter inserter to grab off just the steel. Because I'm worried if I split this and use this sort of filter mechanism, further along here you see we are using copper plates and steel, so that would cut off, if I put a filter on it, would cut off the copper plates from beyond. So if I just do a filter inserter, and I haven't decided really where we're going to do the batteries, but maybe we have to bring the batteries in around this side. So let's go on that basis. So we take some from here. Yeah. And we'll have a simple conveyor to put those on. Again, we're leaving that one gap so it doesn't create a corner and occupy the whole belt. So we need to tell that to say get just the steel plates. And if I give you power, there we are, dropping on there, and we should see grabbers grabbing. So this isn't as fast as using a splitter to remove things off a belt, but it's adequate because they're only taking a small amount, one piece of steel per engine, one piece of steel per flying robot frame. So this will stack up. Now there, I just want to be. I don't want that there, do I? Why is that there? Ah, yeah, that should be the. Yeah, I see. Sorry, this should be the filter. Have a filter on it for robot frames. To the right. To the left. To the left. To the. Oh, I don't know what that what that means. I'll have to figure that out as it goes. We'll see it clog up and not produce anything probably. Let's just put this back, albeit in red. That makes no difference. It could be that actually we do need this. Ah, damn it. Sorry. Can you see here the... Oh no, you're not outputting, you don't care where it is. You're trying to output to the far side. Do I need a splitter at all? I don't think so. So let's just claim these back. I think this is it. I think we need a gap here so we don't... Yeah, we do need a splitter. But we need a splitter to bring us the robot frames that are output to here. It'll go down here, go that way for you, and go that way for you. I think that's better. I think my blueprint was a bit wrong. Right, where are we? So, Yes. So presuming we can get robo frames going, short of batteries, you're short of engines because you're short of cogs. So this is where we need to get the iron plates going. So what we'll do here, we'll just create a gap in our existing lane here, and we'll do a slight split like so. So that allows the cogs to build. Some should get through to this guy who needs the iron plates as well, because it goes under there, so he's grabbing what he can while they're still here, but he's overwhelmed, and some get through to this guy. So now you can see the engines being produced, and this long arm inserter will grab from there and put in there. Let's see. And we're just missing then batteries, aren't we? We want batteries on this lane. So where's our batteries? Yeah, so we sent batteries down. Ah, here's some. Yeah, they're batteries. Can I engineer a path? Let's see, what if I go... Can't go... Can I go straight up? No, because I'll hit that. Is there a space there? Make a turn. Make a path. Make a turn. Ah, I'm not wasting undergroundies on those. Let's see now. So, yeah, that's on its way. And we want batteries on... Just double check. Yeah, you want the batteries, don't you? And you can't use that lane because that's got in the electric engines on it, so yeah, it is on this one. And I broke that, didn't I? That was fine actually. So let's think. So we can go, basically want to dump it here. So let's see if we can get, well, we'll go up across this span here. And that'll drop on there in the same way that's dropping on that side, that'll drop there and onwards. So let's see. See them come across. There we go. The research has finished its current queue. Yeah, they bypass those, get to these. There we go, they're taking that now, the building. And they're going to put their output on this belt, which should split evenly to there and there for the robot. Now then, I need another. I didn't see that one. You see that one hiding there? Right. So this logic is basically saying if item Y, and Y is defined as logistic robots, total logistic bots is the Y signal. If Y is less than 1,000, keep building. And the other one is X less than 10? What's that? Available logistic bots, right, and you've got Z and T for the equivalent on the construction side on this machine. Okay, so logistics is control of the circuit network, it's known as. See these wires and reading signals from things and telling them to grab or not to grab depending on counts. Yeah, so we're getting robo frames and we're we're getting robots. So if you look in there, the contents of that roboport on the right, it's got 3 logistic bots, and this one has 3 construction bots. Now, I've got a roboport, so I could bring those with me, and then I can get rid of these nanobots. Shall we try that? So I take these. Do I want logistic? I want construction ones, really. Yeah, these guys. So they're now in my local store. Let's just test that theory. Now, I have to toggle my roboport on and off. So let's just remember, if I do a ghost build of something, there we go, there's the robots. Yeah, so they're active. So they don't diminish like nanobots, and they have a bit more functionality. But what we'll do is, with these logistic bots, we'll grab them, but then we'll go to the mall, and we've got a roboport here, you see. So what we can do is pick these up in hand, these logistic bots, and cast them out. They'll go and recharge, and then if they've got things to do, like we've got ghosted items here of boxes, and I'll build this other roboport here. Oh, in fact my robot's done it for me, thank you very much. That's what we'll see. So the robots are a bit slow at the moment. So let's look at the research and see if we can afford with our current science. No, so we can't increase their speed anymore because that would need yellow science, and we can't do any more cargo size because that would need purple, and we don't have any production of purple science or yellow science yet. Alright, so looking at which one to do, I think in a previous video I talked about the yellow and purple and the crazy recipe for the purple, which involved furnaces and things like that. I think the yellow one is less absurd. So blue processing units, flying robo frames, and low density structure. So I think that might be a goal in a subsequent video, to go for yellow science production and the like. So let's see, are these robots active? Are you active? What are you doing languishing in there? Ah, right. So let's just show you the example of their logistics. So if I've got this ability now, personal logistics, to tell the robots what I want you to bring me, basically. So you know how we keep running out of conveyor belts, transport belts rather, when we're out in the field and inserters and things. So what we can do is say to the robots, we'd like fast transport belts, and how many do we want to keep sort of in our kit, in our inventory? 300. Lock it to 300 at minimum and maximum. Press go. Now because how many have we got? You see there that it's got satisfaction. We've got 295 of 300 on the way. As in, are the robots bringing me any? Nope. Logistics storage, there are none in logistics storage, and that's because this this needs to be a red logistic box, the output from there, otherwise we don't get them. The robots don't know about them. So just for temporary expedient, we'll build a couple, so as they come into my inventory, my construction bots are placing them. Now they're being a bit, they're making their own minds up there, so let's try and get them to do this one. Do this one, come on. Doing everyone but that one. Right, so now we've got 6 on the way, and these logistic robots came from there, picked them up from there and brought them to me. I'll just do a bit of another example of that, and let's see if we do equally. We can tell it if we've got more than we say we want, so I can adjust this figure to say, let's say I just wanted 280. We should see these robots come because I'm in their range, and it's put them in trash, my trash, you see, so robots should be coming. I think it might be because I haven't got any yellow boxes for them to put things into storage. My bad. Let's get some of those. Our construction bots should go and place those. There they go. And let's see if these other bots come and take the red ones off me. Yeah, here they come. So they're taking those. You see the transport belts? They've placed them in long-term storage. So if I look in my inventory now, I've got 280. I want 300 though. So they're going to bring some back. Now I've only got 6 robots there. This is why you need a lot of them, because sometimes you want vast amounts of things. You need them to bring them to you as quickly as possible. So let's see, we've got another 11. I'll grab those. And we'll go down here and we'll free them, release them into the wild. They go to the Roboport, charge up. They're already charged from the other one actually. But you see how the Roboports are interconnected. If you build another one, you see how the connections, depending on the distance, and that red zone is the logistic range, so robots, logistic robots can cover that sort of area. And if there's an interconnect and you're up here, they can, if they've got a path with a dotted line to the next robot, they can do, you know, jump from one Roboport to another to find you all the way across the map. So kind of important to, when you're placing the Roboports, to make sure they're always interconnected in the sort of regions of your activity. You've got the robots have a path to you to bring you the stuff you need. Or as I think I said in an earlier video, if I gave construction robots over to these Roboports, they would build from the mall items. They would build any ghosted items I build out in the field, as long as there's coverage in the green zone. So construction is the bigger green zone that you see there on screen now. The red zone is the logistics. So let's see, so we've got lots of red boxes to do, and we've got boxes sat here, haven't we? So we've got 100 waiting to be placed, and that's because I've not given these guys any construction bots. So let's give them, I give them the 4 I've got, and now they're going to go off and grab the red boxes and start populating our mall with red boxes where we had wanted them. So I gave them all of mine, so I want some more. Now I can only hold 10 at the moment, or I have 10 active. But it's just a case of, at this stage, grabbing, you know, what you can from here, release them into the wild. They'll go to the nearest Roboport, and the AI works out what you need to do. So now we've got robots going. In fact, if I bring the map up, and we can see robot activity. So there you go, the little squares, you can see them moving backwards and forwards. So reassuring sometimes if you're way up here and you say I want some stuff and you're not sure if the robots are on the way, you can kind of see these little things coming on the map with a trajectory towards you, so that can be reassuring. Right, so that's the beginnings of robotics. So we're on our way towards better automation, more possibilities with these than I think the nanobots afford us. So with that, I'll call this little video a day for now. If you enjoyed that, please give it a like, share with your friends, comment down below and let me know what you thought of that. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, please hit that bell next to the subscribe button so you get notified when I post new content. But thanks very much for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.